Hi, I am Jen Wilson, the Healing Rebel, and this morning I was on a Facebook Live conversation and we were talking about bloating and having a discussion about things that we can do to help with bloating. My top tips to help you as somebody who lives with Crohn's disease and has gut problems on a fairly regular basis. Don't eat on the run would be my number one tip. Sit down to eat your meal and take a moment before you start eating. For some people, they'll pray before they eat. And you might not be a religious person, that's completely personal to you. But just the act of taking a moment, it's a really good time to maybe practice your gratitude. Sitting just with your breath to help calm the nervous system down, because if you're up here and stressed, you ain't going to digest that food very well. Make sure that you chew your foods really well, something that I'm very guilty of. I'm usually used to be jamming it down my throat as quickly as possible. So take your time, put your knife and fork down and chew your foods, and then wait until you've swallowed before you pick your knife and fork up to eat the next mouthful. And repeat that process. That just slows the pace down and allows your body to stay in a relaxed state and for all the processes and hormones to respond and react to what you're eating in an appropriate way. My next tip, if that doesn't help, is making sure that you're getting movement in your day, getting your body physically moving so that helps churn things up and keep things moving through your system. Doing a regular lymphatic practice, so a daily lymphatic flush, which is something that I teach on my Love Your Lymph course. If that doesn't help, then using herbs to help as well. Ginger can be a really useful herb to make as a tea or to use as an essential oil in around your stomach. Now, something to be aware of with ginger is it is very good to help digestion, but for some people it can be too warming and it can make things go through too quickly. So always listen to your own body. Another herb that's really useful in digestion and particularly for gas and bloating is peppermint. So using peppermint oil or peppermint leaves. Now, I would go for the whole leaves rather than tea bags, just because tea bags tend to be the sawdust swept off the floor. The whole leaves in hot water. If you can make an infusion you brew for a lot longer than a tea. A tea normally you would leave for about 5 minutes. An infusion you would leave for between 4 and 10 hours to infuse. So if you're wanting to make up an infusion, you use about 30 grams of dried herb and fill up a litre bottle or litre jar of boiling water and then leave that to sit for 4 to 10 hours. I usually will make it at night before I go to bed so that it's available for me the next day, and then drink that throughout the day and see if that helps. But it's so important for you to listen to your own body and notice what feels good in it when it's happening and what doesn't feel so good. Avoiding foods, processed foods, we know this, but processed foods slow down the digestion. We want to be able to help the digestion. If you have got any questions, pop them in the comments wherever you're watching this, or send me an email, jen@iamjenwilson.com. If I can be of any assistance at all, I will try.